out of breath. Aloha everybody and welcome to Beach Walks with Rocks. Today's show number 152 and you can find us at beachwalks.tv. While I was out paddling, Lexi said we got a call on the conch that she really wants everybody to hear, so I'll play that for you at the end of today's show. But anyway, yesterday's show about Monday really seems to have struck a chord, and curiously enough it struck a chord for me because something in the neighborhood woke me up about 2:30 in the morning, and lo and behold that was just enough for my number two to come rushing in and yammer all, you know, away for about an hour, to where I was really having trouble going back to sleep, and of course thinking about all the doom and gloom scenarios. And hey Eric! And so I thought, you know, I'd kind of talk a little bit about this hierarchy that I have found useful, just mechanical in terms of managing energy, and comes in handy anyway when I can remember it. But I believe that the soul rules the mind, which then rules the emotions of the heart, which then rules the body. Over here, Lexi, please. And what that means is that, you know, the soul, ultimately, we have a... God makes the final decision, right? We don't necessarily consciously choose that we're aware of when we are born, when we die, and so many things that just happen in our lives. But the things that we can consciously control, over here please, that's what we use our mind for. And so the mind is really the next level of defense to step in, and that's why being, you know, making grids, pros and cons, looking at the extreme worst case scenario and then backing from that, is that really likely or not, can be a really helpful tool. Third in line is the heart, or the emotions. And the emotions can be much more problematic, it seems. They're also much more, I mean, they enrich us so much. But when the number two gets a hold of the emotions, she really can stir that anger pot, that fear pot, that anxiety pot, really enormously. And then kind of at the bottom of the pecking order is the body. And so we often feel all of these things in the body. Aches and pains, can't sleep, and things of that sort. So there's not so much a rule about how to approach the issue if I'm feeling anxiety. I really kind of go with the moment. If I can, I like to do something with my body, like take a hot bath or a shower, or do a little bit of exercise, because I find that that helps me get grounded in my body again. In the middle of the night, that's not very convenient because we live close to our neighbors. I don't want to make a bunch of noise myself. So what I'll tend to do then is use my mind. I'll pick up a magazine and I'll just read something distracting. And generally that's enough to take the number two's focus off of whatever the problem was. And generally I can fall back asleep again. So I'll talk more about this, but it just kind of comes in handy. You know, you can work up the chain of command, you can work down the chain of command, you can skip jumps, but I find it useful to just think of those things as lining up that way and how they interrelate. I'm still out of breath from paddling. So anyway, I'm going to bring it to a close. I'll let you guys listen to the conch call, and if you'd like to Skype at Roxanne Darling. If you'd like to call, it's 949-544-1456. Aloha Tuesday. So Lexi was right. I listened to the call that came in on the conch, and it's a beautiful message, so I'm going to let you all listen to it. It really helps us be willing to keep burning the midnight oil, getting this kind of feedback and knowing the kind of impact that Beach Walks is having out there on us and on you. So aloha, Steve, and have a nice listen while Lexi and I play in the water.
Rocks, Steve Gandy in Dallas, Texas. Getting to be a frequent caller and because I like your show so much, and I'm looking at your show on Bodie Miller, which is a very interesting subject and concept, because I have to admit, when he didn't win the 8 gold medals that everybody expected of him in the Winter Olympics, I was the first one to go, what's up with this guy? But, you know, you touched on some things in your show. Who am I to judge this man because he didn't win 8 gold medals? It's like, you know, I've been to Maui a lot of times. It's not what you find in Hana, it's what you see on the journey there and what you experience there. And if this man is completely happy with himself and his life and the process that got him to being the top skier, then who are we to judge? And maybe a lot of us should put that into our own life. It's like, I think we're all caught up in who has the most toys or the most money or whatever at the end of the journey, and a lot of people look up and the end of the journey gets there so quick they've never taken time to enjoy the road and the process and the journey to get to that point. So maybe if we all just enjoyed the journey more and thought about stuff like this, you know, maybe the world would be a different place and we'd all be a little more relaxed. So very, very good show, and I just thought I'd call and throw in my 2 cents worth. Thanks, Rox. Bye.